Pull up to the pregame. Yeah, yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Hey, hey. Pull up to the pregame. Yeah, yeah. Pull up to the pregame. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Hey, hey. Catch a vibe coming.
The best advice I done got from somebody, what my partner told me, man, is 3 kind of people in the world. It's people that sit back and watch everybody else do everything, ball out, have fun, not have fun and all of that, or they just sit back and just watch. You know what I mean? And talk about what everybody else doing or how he balls and this and that. Then you got the people that want to do it, that just don't do it. You know what I mean? Then you got the people.
Fresh out the mud, nigga know I'm a beast. Fresh out your bitch, get your hoe out the street. I get the blow out for free. Straight in the bitch, nigga, hope you don't go after me. Yeah, from the vote. You know we ain't pressed by no hoe. I just double my money, you know how it go. I don't need her for nothing, I just need my pole. No, off the west side and I fresh in it, bitch. Fresh out the shits. 223, I'm in that back and I fresh with this stick. I went it up with my wrist. Kick the hoe out and she throw it.
Hey yo, man, listen. We are back. Welcome to the Pregame Podcast. We lit. We live, and while y'all at it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all, it's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and we are back, boys. Y'all, I don't know how excited I am. It's definitely lit. I see y'all in here already, bro. Look. It's been a long journey these last 3 weeks. I know a lot of people are probably like, where you been? If you don't follow me on social media, I was letting people know that my family, we just moved. And so got the new man cave. It's in process. You see, like it's still, I don't have a lot of stuff on the walls or whatever, but you can see like this is the new dig. All right. So if you was with me in the beginning with the green wall, you know what I'm saying? Now you here. Let me take off my sunglasses. I did that just for the look, you know. So now I can, you know, those are prescription, you know what I'm saying? But if you were with me in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, you was with us through the come up, man. So first and foremost, my wife said, what an intro. Appreciate you. First things first, before I say anything, before we continue, man. Like, yes, I was hyping everything, but I consider it all a blessing. So I thank the man above, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing my family to go through this process, to be able to purchase a new home, and to be able to have space like this. So I'm super excited. Very, very super excited. I sound like Bryce, super excited. But yeah, man, look, I had to bring up some energy because our Panthers ain't bringing up no energy. We're going to get into that. But look, man, I consider it all, you know, it's a blessing, man. And so, you know, I don't take life for granted. I don't take these blessings for granted. So yeah, I'm super excited, y'all. Look, how y'all been, man? Look, how many people we got in the chat right now, man? We got about 15. They're coming in. I know it's been a while. It's been 3 weeks, yo. And a lot has happened. I almost named this podcast like what I missed, but I ain't missed nothing because I've seen everything. And we got a lot to talk about, yo. So if y'all are new here, welcome to the Pregame Podcast. It's your fusion of sports and pop culture where we talk about a little bit of everything, and we always gonna keep it 100. All right. And so for those who aren't new, what's up, gang?
Hey, say gang.
Welcome back. So you know if you're not new here, you know we're gonna start off with. So go ahead and start throwing them in the chat. This is one of those podcasts which is kind of like a live stream in a way because we are very, very, you know, engaged with the chat. We want to talk to you all and everything. So make sure you got your thumbs ready so you can type back. But if you're new here to the pregame, welcome. And we're always going to start off with this. If you've been to a pregame before, you know, you always never come empty-handed. You're always going to bring something to the party. Here at the Pregame Podcast, we don't necessarily mean that you have to bring anything tangible. What we want to know is how your week was, what kind of energy, what kind of vibe you're coming with tonight. So go ahead and throw it in the chat. What kind of vibe, what you pulling up with? And I'm gonna get some shout outs while we're doing that. Then I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm pulling up with, man. So look, shout out to my pops in here. He said, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Listen to the man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Look, we're only going to grow as much as you all want us to grow, right? So make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to pull up. I'm seeing a lot of vibes in here. It's new house near you. That's funny. Now it's the same low. You know what I'm saying? My guy Ricky. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. It's still in process. It's still under construction. I got a story to tell you about that TV right there in a little bit. Still under construction. But yeah, I'm pulling up with grateful vibes too, man. It's a blessing to be able to come back and talk to you all. I'm super excited for a few different reasons. One, to be back. Two, I get my gang back next week, yo.
Hey, say gang.
I get the gang back, man. Shad should probably be here tonight. He's got a lot going on with work and everything, so he has to take care of some things. But Vashti, I told you about Vashti. She was locked in for a while. She should be back. She messaged me earlier this week and was like, yo, I'm back next week. I can't wait to have her on the pod. I got a lot of questions for her. So I can't wait to have her back on. So yeah, I'm pulling up with gratefulness, man. It's been a long ride. It's been tiring. Don't get me, I wish I was on vacation, but I'm coming with so much energy and passion, and because I have a new space. So context with the old spot, where I was streaming was literally I was sharing a wall with my youngest son, who is 3 now. He turned 3 September 1st. And so usually it was around his bedtime when I was streaming. And so I had to make sure I was like very quiet and I couldn't yell and everything. Now I'm in the basement, you feel me? In the man cave where I can be as loud as I want and show y'all the energy that I always wanted to show on the pod. So yeah, it's gonna be lit. I'm super excited about that. So agenda for today. Of course, we're gonna do our pregame reacts. I got a few videos I want to react to, some funny stuff, so we can vibe and get the stuff started. Get the laughter, just get the vibes going with the crew. So we're gonna do that for a little bit, and then I got some things I want to talk about. But this is not necessarily. I don't consider this just a Panthers podcast. Yes, I'm a fan of the Panthers, but we talk about everything. But a lot has going on with the Panthers, and so I want to talk about that tonight. I have some thoughts on that. And then, like you saw the YouTube thumbnail, a lot's been going on with the WNBA. A lot of things have happened with Killer Mike and Steph Curry that I have some thoughts on. So we're gonna have fun. We're gonna vibe. Look, this is different because your boy had a busy week, so there's no slides. We just vibing today, right? There are no slides today. I know y'all are like, oh, what? We ain't got no slides. We ain't got no pictures or visuals. It's just us today. We're going to vibe. All right. So I hope y'all cool with that. Next week, we'll get back into the nitty gritty, but there's a lot of setting up and things I had to do. So look, that had to take care of that. So before we get into the pregame reacts, one thing I do want to say before we get started is I do want to give a shout out to I saw something on Twitter earlier around a potential content creator on the Meow Mix podcast that basically just kind of said like, look, man, I'm done. Like we're done. We're tired of making content for a team that is bad. That's a lot of hours and a lot of time away from our families, our wives, our kids. And I totally understand. I just want to definitely say salute to them. They've been doing it since 2019. And so I understand it took a lot to make that decision. I don't, some of y'all may understand this, some may not, but it takes a lot to have a very prepared podcast, stream, whatever you want to call it. It takes a lot to get those things together if you're doing it right, right? Y'all know me, I'm big on the production piece, making sure things are seamless, smooth. And so you test things out. Then you got to figure out what the agenda is. Then you got to make notes on the agenda that you have. Then you have to make sure that it seems seamless, that it doesn't sound crazy. Whether you're going to have music in the beginning, making sure all your cameras are set up, the lighting. It takes a lot to come to do all these different things. And it's a passion project for some people, right? They're passionate about the work that they're doing. They're passionate about the team that they're representing. They're passionate about the content that they're putting out. And so to be able to finally say, you know what, I'm done, not just because of, all the hard work that you put in, but then also your team is terrible. Like that's a tough decision to make when you've dedicated so many years on that. And so I just want to salute to them. and just say like, hey man, look, you are always welcome to come back into this content creation space. But definitely salute to all the amazing work that you did, and also all the followers and memories that you've created with your followers. So definitely just want to give them a quick shout out, because that's tough. That is a very tough decision to make. And I understand the hard work that goes into it, man. Like, this is not something I'm just going and clicking a button and saying, hey, whatever comes out my mouth, I'm going to say. Like, it doesn't, some people do that, you know, and if you do that and you're good at it, salute to you. But it doesn't work for me that way. I like to be prepared. So it's all good. Here we go. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about tonight is, I guess we'll talk about, some football, but I saw the New York Giants played their rookie quarterback this past week, Jackson Dart, right? Russell Wilson started the first 3 weeks, and I mean, Russ didn't look too good. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I will say it wasn't all on Russell Wilson. It was not all on Russell Wilson, but he had a major factor in it. However, Jackson Dart got in there, and you know how it is sometimes when you put in a new player, especially at that quarterback position, it kind of energizes the team, especially if they look confident, if they look good. And Jackson Dart did both of those. He looked confident, he looked good, they won the game, right? And so I saw this particular clip after the game they're celebrating, and I was like, this is very interesting. This says a lot. Check this out. Okay, so let me put that on repeat. I don't know if I've ever seen pause. I don't know if I've ever seen a head coach grab his player like that. This right here screams, you just saved my job. This right here screams, I should have started you in the first place. This right here is very, very interesting. Like, this man looked at him and smiled. And here's the thing. When he ran a touchdown in, and Dayball looked at the crowd and was like, I told you that's our guy. Like, he was super excited. Now, if I'm Russell Wilson, I'm looking at this, because this went viral. I'm looking at this and I'm like, so this is what we wanted in the first place. Like, but at the end of the day, let's just keep it a buck. Russ can't be mad at nobody but himself. He can't be mad at nobody but himself. But just seeing him like grab his head and was like it's like a father and son. it's like you taking your kid out to go fishing, and your son catches that fish, and he's like so excited and just looks back at you like, I love you, Dad. And you just grab him like, I love you too, son. Like that father-son moment. That's what it looks like. But to literally like grab his head and smile, like he's so close to your forehead that the brim of your hat is bending up, bro. Like that is crazy. Like, that was insane. But look, things happen when you 0-3. You got to win, and you beat a good team. You beat the Chargers. I get it. The Chargers has been a powerhouse so far. They look really, really good. He's super excited. That saved him another week in terms of, his job. So I thought that was very interesting. I've never seen a coach react that way. Like, I was like, this is interesting is the word I'm going to use. This is very interesting. All right. So the next thing I want to show you is I talked about this with Shad and Vashti before. But I introduced to everyone, but I introduced on a podcast YN R&B, right? Where it was basically they drill into R&B music, right? Now, granted, like it's had its time where it was very popular. Now it's just going down. Nobody's really talking about it anymore. But that's just the nature of things that go viral, right? Like it's going to be hot at one point, and then at some point it's going to drop off. And now I saw this new one is YN Soul, right? And so it's this young boy. His name is EJ Jones. And he is like, it's not really drill, but he's dressed like a YN, but it's very, very soulful music. And I want to play a little clip, and y'all let me know in the comments whether y'all really rocking with it, or you like, I don't know, Carlo. Check this out.
I had to get down on, y'all. I had to get down on, I had to get down on. I couldn't let her leave, no. I had to get down on, I had to get down on, y'all. I had to get down on,
Hey, it's a little funky. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a, in the words of Vashti, it's a bop. Like I like it. I heard it. I think it was last night. I might have saw this clip, and I was like, I gotta add this to the show. Um, I wanted to. I have not gone and listened to the whole song because I wanted to talk about it from like my first initial reaction to it. Um, but one thing I will say is like even after hearing this clip right here, I am going to go and listen to the song. I need to hear the full song. Now this right here, I gotta get down on, like, it seems like that's like the hook or the bridge. I need to hear the full song before I give my like initial like true reaction to it. Also, like I think that this has potential. I think that I don't know if this is just like one particular song, or if this is like his style, but I think it has a ton of potential. So I'm gonna go listen. I think that was pretty cool. One thing I want to say too that I completely forgot to do. And I certainly apologize, but I completely forgot to do this. That song when I came in on that intro, right, with the shades on and everything, that was my guy West Side Fetty. Monty, if you know him on social media, he dropped a fire album called Junior. I reached out to him. I was like, yo, I have to use this today. Are you cool with that? And he was like, yeah, bro, absolutely. Make sure y'all go check out his album. It's absolutely fire. And then also the person that did my anthem, pull up to the pregame, my brother, my actual blood brother, Chaz just dropped the EP as well called It's Been Far Too Long. Gas. He got 2 new songs on there. One called Sliding, the other one called Late Night. Yo, make sure y'all continue to support these local artists. We have some very good talent in Charlotte. Make sure y'all go support them, man. So yeah, 2 fire people making fire music, and I'm gonna support them, man, because that's what it's all about, man. They support me, I'm gonna support them, man. That's what it's about. So definitely wanted to talk about Monty, Westside Fetty, and my dog Chaz. All right, so let's get into some other content. First things first, did y'all pay attention to the Killer Mike and Steph Curry situation? Wait a minute. Ricky said he just looked at the artist page on Apple Music. He has covers of A Change Is Gonna Come and What You Won't Do for Love. Now, definitely, I gotta hear it. I gotta go listen to him, Ricky. Like, I heard this piece right here, and I was like, it's very soulful. It was giving me Preacher Boy Sammy vibes from Sinners. If you know, you know. He was giving me Preacher Boy Sammy vibes, but I was like, this is it's funky, and I'm a lover of music. I listen to every type of music. You could pick a genre, and I promise you, I probably have a song on my playlist that rock with that. So I heard it, and I was like, I like this. But now that I hear that he got Changes Gonna Come is one of those songs where I can only hear at certain times. So I'm very curious to hear like how that one is. But what You Won't Do for Love? Yeah, I gotta go check that one out for sure. For sure. But yeah, Killer Mike said some things on social media. So basically, he was replying to a comedian online, and the comedian was basically like throwing shots at Aisha Curry and basically saying like she just wants some attention, comparing her to Glorilla and doing all these different things, right? Now, granted, Killer Mike and Steph Curry have a relationship, right? They're mad cool. And Killer Mike kind of responded to the comedian laughing and saying like, "Oh, don't do that, bro. You call her Glorilla, ha ha ha." Not necessarily defending Steph, but just kind of like egging it on. Steph came back as he should, and basically came back and was like, "Yo, out of all people, I would have thought that I wouldn't expected this from you, Killer Mike. Like you should do better." Right. And Killer Mike definitely is someone who always preaches like he's big into the community and bigging up his brother and all those different things. And he just I was really shocked when I saw that. But shout out to Steph, stepping up for his wife, just like any husband should, right? Just like any person should step up to their partner or step up for their partner. Killer Mike finally responded to that on Club Shay Shay and basically apologized. Let's check out his apology.
Steph Curry, Aisha Curry. Boy, my wife done cussed me out.
Shay got it.
My oldest daughter called me. My youngest daughter called me. My homeboys that played in the NBA called me, and I realized maybe I shouldn't smoke marijuana and get on. So, Steph, let me say this because I appreciated you checking it because it showed me you have a tremendous amount of respect for me. I was trying to say to the comedian, go easy on Steph, and I just typed something stupid. My homegirl, Tesman Figaro, man, our political fighter and activist, she said, bruh, you don't understand how this could be misread. And I read it, and I said, damn. So, Steph, let me say, man, since my favorite player ever turned me on to you, Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bean Bryant told me you got to follow.
Shout out to
you
Kobe.
Heard this story before. You have been my guy. The only time I don't cheer for you is when you playing against the Hawks, because the Hawks are my guys. Shouts out to Ice Trey. But I got to say, first and foremost, Mrs. Aisha Curry and her husband, Steph, I apologize for my statement being misconstrued. I was just stoned up trying to make a joke out of it. What's on that? It wasn't my damn business, like my wife said. So I'm sorry, y'all.
And see, that's the thing. Knowing you like I know you, you don't really delve into other people's affairs.
Hi, man. Hi. Stoned, man. And the boy made a Glow really joke, and I love Glow.
Yeah.
And I just giggled a little bit, but I was hitting tell me, don't go so hard on my guy, because Steph's my guy.
Right.
But it read wrong. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Steph did something that all us brothers with women should do, and that's stand up and defend your woman.
Tall.
No matter if somebody step on her foot, no matter if they did it or not, man.
So I'll stop it there. One thing I want to say first and foremost, I respect Killer Mike for apologizing, being a man, coming on a platform like Shannon Sharp's and apologizing, right? And saying, look, bro, like I was wrong. Granted, he was under the influence. That's another thing, man. Like when you're under the influence, put that phone down. Don't be responding to nothing. Don't do nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Like this is a lesson learned, because who knows what their relationship is now? Like that literally could have messed up a relationship with Killer Mike and Steph. Like Steph might not even rock with him like that no more, right? And one thing that, I grew up, my parents always told me is like, be careful what you say, because some things you just can't take back. Some things you can't take back. And I know some people feel like, oh, well, I can apologize and it's cleaned up, and I understand that. But sometimes those scars, that whatever you say to that person or whatever you say online, some of those things you can't get back, yo. And so I think for him to apologize, I respect it. And I hope that people use this as a lesson to say, you know what, I need to be mindful of what I say, especially when it's like your homeboy. When it's somebody that you know and you respect, bro, like definitely be mindful of that, yo, especially when you have a platform like Killer Mike. So I think this is a lesson learned, man. But look, Steph, you were better than me the way you responded, bro, because it could have got a lot worse. It could have got a lot worse. So shout out to you for handling it the way you did, man. That speaks big on your character. All right. So screw everything else, man. I got a lot to, no, I didn't say screw everything else, but I got a lot to talk about with the Panthers, man. So man, so I think the last time that I did a podcast, it was week 1. It was about to be week 1, and I was super excited, right? I think the last episode was called "We Are So Back." Like I was excited. Football is back. It's been a long preseason. It's been a long, just a long time. It felt like a long time, right? And I think we were so excited because of the fact that the fans didn't get a chance to go to training camp. And look, man, I know Panthers, listen, I know if y'all watching, I don't know if y'all watching now, but if y'all are watching, all right, you didn't listen. Well, you might have listened but you didn't do what we talked about in terms of having a content creator day, right? However, the field won't be ready next year. Hit my line. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Either way, fans didn't really get a chance to see our team, you know what I'm saying? To really get a feel for what we look like. Only thing we had was preseason, which a lot of our starters didn't play. I'm gonna slow burn this one, y'all, because I think it's going to make a lot of sense as we go on. But we got to slow burn this in terms of like where we are as a Panthers team right now. Fans didn't get a chance to really see our team that much. Fan Fest, super excited, right? We were out there. I was out there, excited to see our team. That was the first time during training camp. But we were really excited for that week 1. And we came out flat, absolutely flat. I don't have to go into all the details in terms of what that game was against the Jags. all I will say that it was absolutely trash. So that goes into week 2, Arizona. We usually have Arizona's card. You know what I'm saying? Usually we have their number. We make it happen, and it was just too many issues, like too many issues. We shot ourselves in the foot. And shout out to who said this. It was somebody from the Jets. It was Brees Hall. Brees Hall said a line that I thought was very interesting. He said some people shoot themselves in the foot. Some teams shoot themselves in the foot, while others and then we come back and shoot ourselves in the head. And I was like, gosh, like that is absolutely insane. Before I continue, my dog, bro. This is my guy. My guy John from One Carolina was good, my boy. Was good. We definitely got to link up soon, man. I'm gonna hit your line. So yeah, but we shot ourselves in the foot, in the arm. Just self-deprecated, bro. We definitely just did not look good against Arizona. Second half, we came back. We had energy. You know what I mean? We almost won that game. It's if was a fifth, we'll all be drunk type of vibe. So I'm not gonna go and say if we did this, if we did that. But it was signs of the start. Now, one thing I will say, and Shad should be on it just a little bit. He just messaged me, say he's about to jump on. He can attest to this, and I will make sure that he confirms it. He can attest this. So we all getting ready to go to the game. I was going to the Atlanta game. I was super excited. Me and my dog, Shad, went to the game. And we about to go into the stadium, and he was like, "Yo, how you been feeling?" Because I haven't had a chance to really talk to him about the last 2 weeks. One, because I was moving, you know what I mean? So there's a lot going on. But I was like, "Yo, bro, I think that a lot of people on social media or just fans in general were overreacting." And I was like, "This game," and he can attest to this. I was like, "This game is going to prove who we really are as a team." This is how I felt during that time. We literally sitting outside of Bank of America Stadium. And I was like, this team was going to prove to us, this game is going to prove to us who we really are. Because there's been a lot of hype around Atlanta. And if we come out flat, especially the way that we ended the Arizona game, I was like, it's gonna be a rough season. And lo and behold, I was not. I say all that to say I was not predicting a blowout. I was not predicting, but I was predicting us to win the game. But I did not predict a blowout. And so, y'all might have saw on my social media, I posted the video of us singing Sweet Caroline. Bro, I had no voice. Bro, that beating that we gave Atlanta was kind of it wasn't just like a BTA. It was one of those, if you know, where you got in trouble out in the country and your grandma or your mama said, you go outside and go find the switch and come back and you picking up your switch, or your parents told you to go upstairs and go get the belt. You going to get your own weapon so that you can get a beating. That's the kind of BTA that happened that Sunday. Super excited. And then we fell completely flat the next game. And New England, I thought we really, really had a chance. And so it really got me to thinking, man, I said that people were overreacting. But I think just like the Panthers did in terms of having a self-evaluation, which I thought was very interesting. And I wonder if they're going to do that every 4 games, or is that something they just decided to do since you're 1-3? But I did a little evaluation myself in terms of where we are as an organization, as a team, as a culture. And the biggest thing behind it all is that no one is above criticism. I think everyone can be criticized at this point in time on the team. And as a fan, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Fan, and my boy John said it on Mint Street Mondays. If you're not watching Mint Street Mondays, bruh, that's how I start my Mondays. Mint Street Mondays is on at 10:30 a.m. Check out my boy John. But he said it too. He's like, look, fan is just a short word for fanatic. You're going to be a little delulu about your team, and that's what fans are for. But the part that I want to talk about, which is going to lead into this piece of me giving criticism to the team, is Steve Smith's statement around fair weather fans and this weak A city, right? And I was like, well, why would you call fair? Why would we be fair weather? Would you rather us be passionate or delusional? Right? Do you want us to just like, if the product on the field looks terrible, you're like, it's okay. You know them. You know when you're going to play, you're at a Pee Wee game, right? And the team is getting blown out, and you got that mama or that grandma or the sports mom on the side, like, it's okay, baby. It's okay. You can get them next time. Like, you want us to do that, right? There's a lot of people who are paying their hard-earned money to have PSL, to go to these games, to buy all the jerseys and the swag and the paraphernalia. We want to win. Let me tell y'all, the energy in the city when we beat Atlanta was so infectious. And it's something that I wish could be bottled up and I can just take a sip of every now and then, because the culture of winning, especially in Charlotte, like Charlotte wants a winner so bad. And I think one of the players said this in commentary, not in a commentary, but in an interview of like, hey, this city deserves a win. And the energy in the stadium, and Shot said this before, like the energy in the stadium, the high fives that we're giving to people that you've probably never met before, never seen before, and how excited we were about a win shows me how this team will support a winner, right? So I don't consider it fair weather. We're still going to ride with the team. But at the end of the day, no one is above criticism, right? Because it's been plenty of times where Panthers players, have criticized fans of saying, like, you're selling your tickets, you're not showing up, you're not doing this, I need y'all loud in the bank. And as fans, we need to take that criticism and understand, like, yo, we should support this team, right? So if fans are being criticized, we're going to have to, that's what fans do. We're going to criticize the players, the front office. No one's above criticism. So everybody has to get the smoke today. Everybody, shout out to John, I had to pull that one. Everybody's going to get the smoke today. But here's the thing. I say all this to say, it's like a review, like a mid-year review. We're not even in mid-year, but this is like a progress review of what's going on. So I want to start with Smitty of saying, like, yo, bro, I get what you're trying to say, but like I said before, there's some words that you just can't take back. So just be mindful of what you say. I understand that he plays with a chip. He played with a chip on his shoulder. But these same fair weather fans are the people that supported you, bro. Like, we supported you through it all. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna ride with Smitty. Smitty's one of the best Panther players of all time. Arguably, if not, yes, right now, the best wide receiver we've ever had that ever touched or ever wore a Panthers jersey, right? But at the same time, if you out there laying goose eggs, if you're out there dropping the ball, we're going to criticize you. We're going to say, yo, step it up, because that's the same thing your coach would say, right? And I understand we have not played the game that you've played. We have not been in the position that you've been in. We've not laced them up at the level that you have laced them up. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to say how we feel, but at the same time, we're going to support you regardless. So would you rather want us to be delusional and just go out there and say it's okay, everything's going to be okay, or do you want us to be passionate? And with passion comes some aggression in terms of wanting your team to do well, right? And the passion when your team does well, we're going to ride with you, but at the same time, we're going to stick beside you. There's no fair weather. Nobody's saying I'm not coming to a game. No one's saying I'm not watching this team no more. No one's saying that I'm switching teams. Like, no one's saying that. We're passionate. We're saying we want to see better. That's all we're saying, bro. That's all we're saying. But that win against Atlanta did so much for the city, man. At the end of the day, what I have seen, especially with the departure of DJ Johnson, thank goodness, but the departure of DJ Johnson, is that the sins of Fitterer are still lurking, yo. The sins of Fitterer are still lurking. And when I look at everything that's going on with how, trading Brian Burns, who's been cooking, trading Christian McCaffrey, doing all these things and not paying our players, all roads lead to one person. And this one person hasn't really been talked about a lot. this one person has taken a step back, right? And and I've said on the pod before of like, Tepper isn't as bad as people say he is. And I still stand on that. Like, I don't think he is horrible. I think he's passionate about developing a winner. I mean, he came from the Steelers, right? The Steelers is a winning organization, right? They may not win a lot of Super Bowls, but they have a lot of winning seasons, especially under Mike Tomlin. So he's used to winning. He's used to getting his way. I mean, that's how he made his money. He's used to taking risk. But at the end of the day, because of the Federer piece and then the rule, and then that didn't work. A lot of people didn't trust Matt Rule as a coach. They didn't respect Matt Rule as a coach. You get rid of Cam Newton. It was a lot of distrust early with fans. And they're like, yo, what's going on? Now we understand, just like with any CEO of a company, if you get a new CEO, they're going to be in here for the first, call it 30 to 90 days. They're going to get the lay of the land. And then from there, they're going to start making changes, right? Whether it be restructuring, whether it be organizational changes, but they're going to get their people in and then basically lay their fingerprints on what the business is going to look like moving forward. That's just business 101. That happens everywhere. And so I was already knowing that something was going to happen, whether it be front office changes, all that. I didn't know it was going to be a Cam Newton change, right? So that already started. Then you bring in, Fitterer, and at first a lot of people wanted to give Fitterer the glasses and say, let him cook, keep it a buck, all those different things. But if you really look back at some of the draft classes, 2022, 2023, and see where we are now in big 2025 and how a lot of those draft picks are no longer on the team, we are still suffering from that. And it's still an uphill battle when it comes to getting the right personnel on the team and just kind of getting rid of the old and bringing in the new. The way I look at it, man, like I feel like Tep is taking a step back from this is all like, let me give a disclaimer. This is all assumptions. This is my personal opinion. I don't know. I don't have any knowledge. I don't consider myself any type of insider or any of that nature. This is just me talking, and it's my opinion. I think that Tepper has taken a step back publicly, right? Because we've seen plenty of press conferences from Tepper before, and all those different things in the past. I feel like he's taken a step back publicly, but as any owner would, he's still going to be involved in the day-to-day in the process. Now, how involved he is none of my business, and I probably will never know. However, there are still remnants of old regimes that I think that probably need to be cleaned up, if I'm being completely honest. We have never had like a clean, you've heard this from other content creators too. We've never had a clean slate in terms of bringing in a new GM, a new head coach, and all that before. It's always been either get a new GM while the head coach is still there, or get a new head coach while the GM is still there. It's never been a clean slate. And I think that those remnants have been a struggle for us. Now, here's the thing. I love Dan Morgan. I don't have a lot of criticism for Dan. I think he definitely, look, a GM is not going to hit on every single pick. However, he has a lot of picks that he has done well on that could potentially hit. DJ Johnson being one that was like I don't know. I think everybody, even whether you're a casual fan or a fan that knows ball, everyone was kind of like, that's a reach. And that's one of the ones that we're kind of like, all right, Dan, like what you doing here? Another one we're looking at is Trevor Wallace. Trevor Wallace he's so up and down right now, right? He's still learning it. But so far so good in terms of that portion. Dave Canales, I like Dave Canales as a guy, like somebody that you can just go have a coffee with. He seems like that type. But I don't think that he's not your rah-rah man's man type of coach. He's the type of coach where he's kind of like, I want the players to dictate where we go as a team, and things of that nature. And I'm not sure if that is detrimental to where we are currently as a team. It seems as though we need a little bit more at this point in time, a little bit more. So Bryce and Canales are kind of linked together, and I'm very curious. God forbid, like, here's the thing. Let me give a quick disclaimer before I go into this piece. I want all of this to work. I really do. I want all of this to work. I don't want to have to fire another coach, because at that point, if we have to fire another coach, I'm comparing Tepper to J-Lo. Hear me out. Y'all remember J-Lo? Like, J-Lo was one of my like celebrity crushes growing up, right? I can say this because my wife knows it. We talk about it all the time. And if you look at J-Lo, she got married to so many different people, and it was at one point when she was married and she got divorced, you were like, oh, you did J-Lo wrong. And then she gets married again and she gets divorced. You did J-Lo wrong. And then you get to like the fourth or fifth time and you like, J-Lo, maybe something's wrong with you. Like, it gets to the point where you're like, maybe it's not them. The problem might be you. And we get to the point with Tap of like, he brings in Matt Rule, and Matt Rule is like, oh yeah, get rid of Matt Rule. He's trash. And then you get Frank Wright, and you're like, Frank Wright. Or no, excuse me. You get Wilkes, and I wanted Wilkes. You get in somebody else. You're like, yeah, okay, you want somebody offense. Yeah, get an offensive guy. Frank Wright comes in, and that's a hot mess of a process and organization. A 30 for 30 could be made for that. But at the same time, everyone's like, yeah, get Frank Wright out of here. And then you bring in you bring in Dave Canales, and people are excited. Bro, if you get rid of Dave Canales after this year, it's going to prove the point of, it ain't them, bro. It's you. It's gotta you gotta look inwardly, bro. Like, if you in a relationship and you keep on getting out of relationships and you blaming other people, at some point you gotta self-reflect, bro. You gotta self-reflect and say, yo, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me right now? So I want it to work. I want it to work because we, like, honestly, low key, yo, we need it to work. We need Canales to work. We need Bryce to work. I don't want to spend another first round pick on a quarterback, man. Like, I don't want to do it. So I'm curious to see if anything, and I say all that to say this, I want them to work, but if anybody is getting cut, personally, I think it's Bryce. I think Bryce would go before Canales. I do. The Bryce situation, man, if you look at film, like, Bryce is not playing absolutely horrible. I do think there is a ton of potential and a ton of improvement that needs to be handled and taken care of. But at the same time, bro, the offensive line, you know what I'm saying? Thank goodness they're going to start Brady. Hopefully Brady does better. But when Chandler got in there, bro, Chandler was, shout out to his dad, who's a chef. He was getting cooked. He was getting cooked. So I hopefully that changes, but it's been plenty of times where people were open and Bryce had to kind of get off of that person and kind of scramble. I mean, it's clear as day. Stevie Wonder can see it, that Bryce needs to hold on to the ball, and he knows that. But I'm hoping for a better game in the Dolphins. We'll get into the Dolphins a little bit. Other thing I want to talk about in terms of Speak My Truth, because that's what the name of this podcast is this Jimmy Horn situation, right? And it's been like, I was one of the ones that was low key shocked that he's been a healthy scratch these past couple weeks. And it got to the point in week 3 where I was like, it'd be good, especially with Coker hurt, and everything. I'm like, is it Jimmy? Is he not ready? Is he not understanding the scheme? Is he not understanding the plays as well? What are they doing? So I did a little research and I realized this, and I don't know if this is a coincidence or if this is a philosophy or development plan. Because one thing we do know, Canales says it all, according and all the coaches, they are a developmentally minded staff. They're big on development, whether it be the players, whether it be the coaches, the front office, whatever it is. They're developed. I can't talk today. They are developmentally minded. When you go back to last year with Jalen Coker, granted he was undrafted. Jimmy's 6th round, could have been undrafted too. Either way, they were close. There's been plenty of times where a lot of people were like, "Yo, why isn't Jalen Coker starting?" And he came in. He was, he was on the practice squad, got elevated to the 53, and finally he made his appearance win. Week 5, and I was like, okay. So I looked at that and I was like, all right. So we look at Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn has been on the 53. He made the 53. He never was on the practice squad, but he is making his debut at week 5. And so my assumption is like before, because at first I was mad. I was like, okay, so we're going to wait, and we're all excited about Jimmy Horn and everything. And this is what the Canales and Brad Isaac is saying, like, oh, we're excited to see what he's going to do. But I'm like, bro, are you like, I hate that he's getting his opportunity after all these people are hurt. But then when I did some research and I paid attention to what they did last year, and y'all know me, if you've been following this pod for a while, like I'm big on trends, and I'm like, is this a trend of really like bringing in those players who need a little bit more work, and need a little bit more development to bring them in, give them a month of seeing how the game plays, a month of practices, a month of self scouting? Do you give them a month to get things together before you decide to bring them on? I don't know. It was very shocking. We're going to get into it in just a little bit. Shot, give me a thumbs up when you're ready, big dog. But yeah, bro, I think it was definitely, hold on. I did all that and didn't even assign you. Hold on a second. Cool. All right. My dog Shot in the building.
Hey, say gang. My bad, bro. It's it, bro. I got a lot going on.
Hey, bro, I already look, bro. I wasn't even look when you said you had what you had to do, bro. I was like, I don't know if Shot gonna make it. It's okay though.
Yeah, bro, I'm trying, bro. It is what it is, but we here though, man. It's good. I like when we to get on these pods and talk about other things and having to talk what I typically talk about. So we good. We in here, and I apologize to the audience for being.
Hey, no, you good, bro. You good. Look, it's good to be back, up and running, bro. And we get our co-host Vashad next week. So the whole gang will be back.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. I've been on my rant because I was
Gang.
catching up because I was like, I haven't been able to talk about the Panthers in a minute. So I was on my rant. So I'm almost done. So you came right on time because we'll be done with Panther stuff after this.
Okay. Panthers rant? Oh, we done with Panther stuff because I'm ready to turn the page.
Oh yeah.
The Kool-Aid gone, bro.
Oh, bro, Kool-Aid is poured out, bro.
We pour one out.
Kool-Aid.
We pour one out
Hey,
for the homies.
you know how you go
Yeah.
to remember back in the day when you were in school and you were in the lunch line and that lunch lady say ain't no more green beans. Like that's how I feel, bro. Ain't no more Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Ain't no more Kool-Aid.
It's tough. Man, listen, I don't know where you've been in your rant, but man, it's so bad, bro. Shout out to Meow Mix, bro. The pod, they closed their doors. Man, that is crazy, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I retweeted and I said, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I've had those thoughts, bro.
Shut it up.
I've had those thoughts because it's so frustrating to not see any progress from your squad, bro. And it was great to see that Falcons W, but we gotta string together some consistency here. And we tired, bro. So it is what it is, man. Panthers do better. Tepper, top down, everybody need to do better.
Yeah.
Bryce, everybody. It's a mess right now, bro.
For sure, bro. You were on the same page, bro. But look, like I said, I don't know if you saw my retweet when you posted that, but I can't let that happen, dog.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
I
it's
can't
it's
let that
probably
happen.
not gonna happen just because we've been so consistent. And I look, bro. It's not a job to me, and I
Yeah.
understand their perspective. You
Mhm.
know, my family has blessed me with the opportunity to pod, and
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna take it for granted. The fan, like as soon as I posted that, people was like, "Nah, you can't. You my therapy. Like we need it every two." So I'm not gonna do it. But I ain't gonna lie, I have thought about it because it's
I
it's
get it.
it's it's frustrating to talking about the Panthers, and it's no signs of progress, and we got to get up. We got to do these round tables, and it's just like, man, we ain't got no trash talk to talk.
Right?
It's just exhausting, bro. Like it's exhausting. I really wanted. I low key hit up the round table group chat we got, and I was like, yo, after we beat the Falcons, I was like, yo, who's ready for a round table?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I was
yeah.
ready for smoke. But now you have another week of this BS, and it's like, bro, I can't even say nothing.
Nah, it's
So, but
it's
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 frustrating,
tough.
bro. My bad. Little rant, my
Oh
fault.
no, bro. Yo, I appreciate it, bro. I think
But hold
one
on, real quick though, real quick. I'm
yeah,
feeling the vibes. I just peeped the back. I'm feeling that. That's fire. I'm feeling
appreciate
the
you, bro.
vibes in the back,
Appreciate
bro.
we
I'm
we
feeling the
got a
vibes.
lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to
Hey,
do.
trust me, I know, bro.
We got a
I
lot
see
of
the
work
little
to do,
thing in
bro.
the setup going. You can't hide money, bro. You
Hey,
can't hide it.
chill. But yeah, once we do the housewarming, bro, an invite will be in your
Please,
mailbox.
please do. I'm pulling up. I'm
Invite
pulling
be in
up.
your mailbox, bro.
Pulling up.
But one thing I said too about the Meow Mix piece, and I was like, people really don't understand. Fans, the people who support us, they don't understand the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes to create good content, right? Like from making the agenda to writing your notes to the production to the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? So for them to make that decision because they were so passionate about the pod, passionate about the fans, like that's a tough decision to make, and I hate that they had to do that, but I get it. That's funny, bro. Not do they get 9 lives.
Oh,
Yo.
that's crazy.
Yo. Oh my
That's
gosh,
great.
bro.
That's funny. Do they get 9 lives? Is
Hey,
crazy.
yo.
They obviously don't.
They
I think they
obviously
used them all up, because they are calling it quits. Now they did. Now they did say they reserved the right. They did say they reserved the right to have a couple episodes every now and then. So they pulling the Pat Coltrane. Respect to the
for
OG
sure.
Pat Coltrane, who pops up every now and then. He also retired due to the
Yeah.
Panthers being so trash. So
Yeah.
he retweeted me as well and said, "Man, I've been there. I
Yeah.
understand where you are." So
Yeah.
that was good to see too, because
Yeah.
it is not fun. Not
Nah,
fun.
it's not, bro. It's not. So one thing I did say is, everyone's excited about the Jimmy Horn situation, and I was saying, I was wondering for a while, bro, and let me know if I'm like, if this is a conspiracy theory, if my conspiracy theory is wrong here. But I was like, everybody's so excited about Jimmy Horn, and everybody's been wondering, and I've been wondering, like, what took so long, right? And I'm excited to see him, but at the same time, it's like, dang, you had to get your spot because of all these injuries. However, if you remember Jalen Coker last year,
Mm-hmm.
he started, his first game was week 5. Jimmy Horns is week 5. And so I'm thinking in my mind of like, is this a developmental philosophy that they have for the receivers who need a little bit more time, the undrafted receivers that they see a lot of potential in, or the late round receivers they see a lot of potential in, to develop them, let them get a month of what this can look like, a month of observation before we bring you on? Or is it kind of like, yo, Jimmy, we ain't got nobody else, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, I think that the difference is, Jimmy Horn was drafted, so like he got a little different situation. It could be the case. Now I'm one of those guys, and I hate that the Panthers do this because all they did was hype him up all training camp. They
Mm-hmm.
hyped him up, and then they posted another article today talking about he got the dog in him, and I retweeted. Immediately said, "See, this is what gets y'all in trouble." Like y'all sit up here and y'all hype these dudes up. You get the fans excited. And another huge difference between Jimmy Horn and Jalen Coker is that we got to see Jalen Coker with our own too.
Bingo.
Like
I
we
said that
saw
earlier.
we saw Jalen Coker and how he was cooking dudes up in practice at training camp. So we knew what we had.
Right.
The problem with Jimmy Horn is that we don't know what we have because we haven't seen it.
We ain't
We're
seen
only
it.
trusting what the Panthers are telling us about him. And we're
Mm-hmm.
taking that for what it's worth, right? They're
Yeah.
saying it, so we believe it.
Yep.
And so that's why they're getting fried up and saying, "Hey, where's Jimmy Horn? Where's Jimmy Horn? Why are you not playing Jimmy Horn?" And I feel like Canales and them felt the pressure, not only because of the injuries, but we've been clamoring for this dude. Like I've been on record saying this dude has special, plays for him.
Mm.
Then they just holding it back. They not gonna spill the tea. They just waiting. You know what I mean? They gonna pull out the Jimmy Horn package. Pause when it's time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I thought was gonna happen, but
Yeah.
apparently he's just not ready. So,
Yeah.
but now he's ready because of injury. So we'll see.
We will see, bro. I think at the end of the day, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing in this organization in some cases, because I think I would assume if I'm a social media thing, I'm like, okay, somebody in the front office can let me know, are we cool with posting this, or should we just chill out on this player? But they don't know what they're doing. Apparently, it showed off with JC Horn. JC Horn, like, yo, I wouldn't want that to be seen. Like, I'm talking to my boys, get my boys hype. I don't want to be that type of player who talk trash. Yet they like, oh, this is great content. So I don't know. At the end of the day, man, they calling him a dog and all those different things. But what good is a dog if you keep them in a crate, bro?
Exactly.
What good is a dog if you keep him in a crate?
We ain't trying to hear that. And it is as in the state that the Panthers are in, ain't nobody trying to hear that, bro. Like
Yeah.
we need to see it. And I'm telling you right now, Carlo, if I'm telling you right now,
Uh-oh.
if he goes out there and has 5 snaps and a jet sweep, it's gonna be a problem, bro.
You leaving?
I might shut it down, bro. I might close the door. If it's 5 snaps and a jet sweep and that's all we're gonna see of Jimmy
Yeah.
Horn,
Yeah.
I'm gonna snap, bro.
Hey, bro. Look, do you remember how excited we were at the Atlanta game, bro? And I even told you
Really?
before. I'll
we
say
were
this. I
lit.
said this to the chat earlier, and I want you to confirm. Didn't I say before we walked into that stadium that I feel as though people are overreacting for the start, and that this game is going to prove a lot, and I think that we're going to win,
Yeah, you did say that, and that game was turned, bro.
bro?
We had a black. That was one of the
That was
bro. I promise you, that was one of the most exciting games I had been to since 2015, and
Yeah.
I own everything. I go to a lot of games, bro.
Almost everyone.
A lot of I just got season tickets like past 4 or 5 years, but bro, I've been to a lot of games between then,
Yeah,
and that game was so fun,
bro,
bro. It was so lit.
bro.
Had a blast. We were dominant, and it was just a great game.
The
And we need
the
more of that.
city,
We
bro. The
needed that.
city needed that, bro.
We
I kept on
needed it.
saying that. The city
Yeah,
needed
we
that.
needed it. We needed it, and then to follow that effort up with the game against bro, terrible Patriots. It was
Bro,
terrible, terrible
bro.
game. And I don't know if it's a
Absolutely.
road thing versus home thing. Maybe we might cook the Dolphins, maybe, but we need to find some consistency, bro.
For sure. I want a player to come out and say something like this, bro.
I mean, if we keeping the buck right now, we ass. So we 0-4. We have this point we got nothing to lose. We dropped a quarter of our fucking games and we've yet to do anything. So we have to lock in. Especially myself on the offensive line, from the defensive line, from the special teams to all 3 faces. We have to play together. We have not played together this year yet. And that's just something that, we want to preach about it every day. Every day we got to do better, and we're doing that, but it has to show up on Sundays. It hasn't showed up yet, but it got to show up next week.
Bro.
That, sir, is a dog. That's
Yes.
what Cam Newton would have said.
Yes.
That's what you have to take, and he took accountability. He wasn't throwing blame at others and saying, "Oh, it's everybody." No, he said, "I got to be better." That is what we need. Not don't tell me you had a great practice. Don't tell me everything was great. Don't tell me we got to fix this and tell me we got to fix that, bro. I don't care about none of that. If it's not happening on the field, somebody needs to lose their job, and Teds need to turn. And
Yeah.
that, my friend, is leadership, and that's what I wanted. Cam Ward, great, excellent job,
Bro, excellent.
job.
And I saw a lot of people talking about it, like, oh, you shouldn't have said no, bro. Sometimes you need that to say, like, yo, we are terrible right now.
A G
And
check.
you got to G check people, bro. And my biggest thing is like who they may be doing that in the privately in the locker room. I don't know. But bro, like who is doing that, bro? Our quarterback is not going to do that. He's going to say, I touch the ball every time and it's on me. I need to do better. But it's sometimes like, yo, you gotta be real with yourself and be like, yo, we are trash right now, bro. We are
Yeah.
cheeks.
Yep.
Like, and we gotta do
Yeah.
it. So
Somebody,
like,
and
bro,
then somebody needs to come out there. I feel like there's too many. All of our leaders, our quote unquote leaders, are silent leaders, right?
Yeah.
Derrick Brown, love Derrick Brown. I love that he's back and healthy, he's playing. But I feel like he ain't just gonna hem somebody up and be like, "Yo, what y'all doing?" Like, where's the Thomas Davises?
yeah,
Like, where's the Luke? Like, I feel like Derrick Brown's our Luke Kuechly, like a silent guy,
yeah.
right? He ain't really, but he's gonna play. He's gonna
Yeah.
lead by
And when
example. You know what I mean?
talks, like he's quiet. When he talk, you listen.
Right. You listen, right? So where's the TDs at? Somebody that's gonna really jack somebody up. Where's your Josh Normans at? Like, where's these guys that are really gonna take ownership and say, yo, we gotta be better? like not just say it, but like I want it, bro. Somebody need to get cussed out. I want to see somebody get cussed out on the sideline. I want to see somebody get hemmed up.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to punch something, bro.
Yeah.
Something needs to happen, bro.
And you
Because
know,
Bryce ain't that type of leader. Nobody in the offense is
Yeah.
everybody on the offense quiet.
and the thing is,
Chuba quiet. Everybody.
and here's the thing, bro. I want it to be authentic, though. I don't want you to act like don't act like don't act like you're something that you're not, bro. Like if you are that type of, we just need that dog that is gonna talk trash and say, yo, we trash right now, step it up. The other thing I want to see too, we said this so many times during the Atlanta game, is a smiling Bryce is a dangerous Bryce.
Yeah.
I think what I am tired of seeing is the antics of slamming the helmet and all that, because we can say a smiling Bryce is a danger Bryce, but a Bryce that slams his helmet is a defeated Bryce. He's cooked.
Yeah.
He's cooked after. Like I wish I can go back and, like, if I had time on my hands to go back and look at all the different games that the camera has caught him slamming his helmet or getting mad, to see if we have lost every one of those games.
Oh yeah, we're down. And not just lost them, big losses, right? Like
Yeah.
we getting smacked, and we already have the largest point differential in like league
18.2.
history, something like that. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. So like we got. I mean, I'm not quite ready to have a Bryce discussion yet, but
No.
the marriage between these two is a problem. Canales, Bryce, it's a problem, and
It's
we
time
got
for
to
it's time for marriage counseling.
marriage counseling, something therapy. We need something, because it ain't it.
Yeah.
It ain't it, bro.
I agree, bro. I agree. Let's get into some other stuff.
Yep.
So I know you on Twitch every now and then, just peeping. Did you see the Kai Cenat Mafia-thon? Did you catch any
I
of
did
it?
not watch it. I did not watch it, but I caught clips of it.
Okay.
Caught clips of it.
So you know that he was on for 30 days straight.
It's crazy.
24/7, 30 days straight. My question to you, right? First off, before we get into before my question, like, shout out to Kai. I know you probably would never see this, but shout out to Kai for breaking. He broke the record, 1 million subscribers. He had LeBron on the last day that hit 1 million views. And he had 1 million people watching live, which is insane. My question to you is, do you think that you could ever go 30 days, 24/7? Everyone's watching your every move.
Absolutely not.
Like
Absolutely no. There's no chance. I could barely do what I do the 8.
Bro,
8,
that was
9,
crazy.
what's that? 12 hours. Whatever I did.
Yeah, you was like it was like 12.
I could barely do. Yeah, I could barely do that, man. That's insane. Kudos. This too much invasion of privacy, man. Nah, I'm good.
Agreed, bro. Agreed, bro. I promise you, like, even if I try, bro, it's gonna get to one point and I'm gonna keep it a buck. Can I pause real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bro, by day 2 or 3, I'm gonna need my wife.
Facts. And you're not live streaming that.
Yeah, no, we're not live streaming that. I'm gonna need my wife, man.
Come on, man.
But yeah, I'm at that big age now, bro. Like, no, I'm good. But shout out to people who could do that, bro. Shout out to y'all.
Facts.
Hey, yo, so it was another thing. I don't have any slides today. It's just vibes tonight.
Yep.
Did you see the comment CJ Stroud said? So they're asking CJ Stroud about, like, his movement in the pocket and him running and everything. This man said, "Look, man, I'm not in my I'm still grown, I'm not my grown man body, but I feel old and I'm not as explosive as I used to be." End quote. Bro, he's 23 years old.
That's crazy. He said that?
He said that, bro.
I didn't hear that.
If I had time, I should pull up the video. But he literally said, "I don't feel like I'm as explosive." He said, "I go back and I look at my high school clips. And
sound like you need to hit the gym."
Bro, at the end of the day, I'm just like, we looking at Bryce, and Bryce is not like your fastest, but he's quick. He looks like he's going. They're the same age, bro. They are the same age. I'm like, that sounds like a physical, like, you got to work out problem. Like, he said, "I feel old." Like, that's insane. Like, if I'm a fan, I'm a little scared about that. Like, bro, why you don't feel as explosive? Like, what are you doing in your off season? Like, what are you doing? I think that's wild, bro. I think that's absolutely wild. I was like, yo, what is going on, man? The other thing, Seth Curry. You see Seth Curry is joining the Warriors. It's the first time the Splash Brothers are playing together. I don't know what took them so long.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any siblings, Shad?
I don't. Only child, bro.
Okay.
and loved it,
Loved it.
and still love it
He said still to this day. To this
to
day.
this day.
Uh, but yeah, so you probably have cousins and everything. Could you see yourself doing something professionally with your family? Like whether it be a sport, whether it be a job or anything like
Yeah. No, I think so my cousin, me and my cousin, he's a little bit older than me, but he basically kind of like raised me low key.
Mhm.
And I could definitely see us like a pod with him would be nah, I don't think folk ready for that. Nah, I could definitely do it for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's my cousin is a wild dude. He's military, well, retired military now,
Yeah.
so he got some wild stories. But yeah, I could certainly pod with my cousin.
Okay.
I don't know about playing a sport or anything like that. He played football in high school.
Yeah.
He was like really nice in high school, but I don't know about sports, but definitely potting for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think I could with my siblings, both of them. I think with like I played, I used to play like pickup and stuff like that with my brother. The chemistry was there, especially when we played ball. But yeah, I did a pod with my brother. We did the review of Let God Sort Them Out. So it was dope to do that, man. So I could definitely do it as well. All right, last thing we're gonna do before we close out. Let me pull it up because I do not have the slides. Is week 5 predictions. This is gonna be funny because I'm very curious to see what you're gonna say about the Panthers. Especially since you're gonna be there. But let me
Yeah.
pull up the schedule here. All right. So the game is about to come on. 8:15. San Francisco, Los Angeles. Who you got?
San Francisco, LA. Man, I haven't watched a ton of their football.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
forgot
off,
you got the line.
yeah,
Shad don't like
yeah.
football. He like Panthers
No, no,
football.
yeah. It's facts, fact. That's a fact. But I do keep my eye on the streets, just not those two particular teams.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna rock. Yeah, I'm gonna rock with just off the cuff. I'm gonna go with LA. I feel
I'm
like
going with
LA been
LA.
hooping.
They've been hooping for sure. And San Francisco is iffy. I got LA as well. All right, so Sunday we got a 9:30 game in London, Minnesota versus Cleveland. Keep in mind this is Carson Wentz versus Dylan Gabriel.
Ooh, yeah, but they both playing. They both playing like trash.
Absolutely.
Uh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go because there's no film on them. I'm gonna go Cleveland. Cleveland got the better defense. I think the Cleveland defense is legit.
Yeah, no, it's
So I'm
solid.
a,
I mean,
I'm a, I'm off the defense. I'm gonna go Cleveland.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Minnesota here. I don't know about Dylan. Actually, I don't know. Adam Thielen over there. I'm going Cleveland.
Mm.
I'm going Cleveland. All right,
Ops,
Yeah, right.
ops.
Las Vegas and Indy. This should be a pretty solid game, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Indy.
I am.
Indy at home. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm rocking with Indy.
Indy been cooking low key. They have
Yes,
been
they have.
cooking. Daniel
Shout out to
Jones looks
Jones.
solid,
Yeah,
bro.
shout out to Daniel
Yeah,
Jones.
I'm actually going Indy here, but I need Ashton Genty to go crazy for fantasy. All right,
See, that's why I don't play.
New
That's why I
York
don't
and
play
New
fantasy
Orleans.
right there. That's why I don't play.
Hey man, I've been doing it for a long time. What Future say? I've been doing it for a long time. All right, New York, Giants versus Saints.
Giants. They hitting their stride.
Yeah,
New quarterback. I'm going Giants. Can't pick the
cool.
Saints. Sorry.
I can't pick the Saints either, man. So I got New York. Dallas versus the Jets. This is I think we both know this one too.
Dallas. Yeah,
I got
Jets are
Dallas.
trash.
I mean, Jets are horrible. Absolutely horrible. They're 0-4. They're going 0-5 again. This should be a good game. Broncos, Eagles.
Eagles. Can't pick against the Eagles, bro.
Yeah, they're what 4? They're 4-1? Or they 4-0.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they're
haven't
4
lost.
0. Broncos have been solid. I'm curious to see AJ Brown and Pat Surtain. I guess I'll pick the Eagles too on this one. This should be a really close game. I think I got the Eagles. Baltimore, Houston. No Lamar Jackson. Cooper Rush is at quarterback for the Ravens.
I'm gonna go Houston.
I'm going Baltimore.
I
I
can
think they
see
need to
that.
run the ball more on this one. I think Derrick Henry gonna hold him down. And
He's not gonna fumble, right?
Houston's been iffy. If you don't fumble, boy, he been fumbled, bro. What?
Bad.
It's been
Trash.
wild. It's been wild. Titans, Cardinals.
Titans, Cardinals. Ooh, this is nasty. I'm going Cardinals.
Yeah, I think I got Cardinals too on this one. Titans are just they not it. They might have first round pick again. Uh, let's go Bucks
Shit,
Seahawks. This will be a good game right
battle,
here.
we're gonna be battling for that number one potentially. We'll go ahead.
We'll see. Hopefully not. If look, bro, if we battling for number one, that you know what you that says everything in terms of who we need to pick at that top spot. I won't hold you, but Bucks Hawks Seahawks.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go see. It's at Seahawks. I'm going
It's at
Seahawks.
Seattle. Yep, it's at
Yeah, I'm
Seattle.
going Seahawks. That's tough.
Seahawks.
That's gonna be a good game though.
That's gonna be
It's
a
gonna be a good game.
very good game, bro. Like Seahawks they're actually really good. They're actually really good. I think the Seahawks have an advantage on this one. I think they have a really good defense. And it's gonna sound crazy to say, but Sam Darnold been cooking. So I think I got Seahawks too. Detroit Bengals. I think we know who's gonna win that one.
Yeah, Detroit.
Detroit. Commanders Chargers. I think Jane
Hmm.
Daniels will be playing this
Yeah,
week.
yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Chargers. That's a tough game though. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Chargers though. They
Yeah,
they got to bounce back. They had a nasty loss
Yep.
last week, so I'm gonna go Chargers.
I got Chargers as well. They the Commanders don't have Terry McLaurin this week. He didn't even travel with them, so they are down their wide receiver one. So it's gonna be all on Debo. So I think I got Chargers here. All right, Patriots, Buffalo
Buffalo.
for sure. The Patriots will go back. They'll drop back down to reality. Buffalo. All right, Kansas City, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's playing really good football right now, but I'm gonna
They
go
are.
KC.
They are.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Kansas City's
KC.
been iffy. Jacksonville's been solid, man. I might have Jacksonville with the upset here.
Duval got him balling, bro.
Duval. Yeah, he
Nah.
he's cooking, bro. He's cooking. He's about to get his butt whooped by Salah, but he's cooking.
Yeah, Salah's gonna hit him up, but I
Gus
like
Edwards
that
got
energy though. I wish Canales
hey.
would. Canales shaking hands after getting smacked by 40 points.
Hey, you won't see Canales doing that. All right, Miami, Carolina. Do you want to pick?
Yeah, I'm going Miami. I don't, and it's not even. I don't. It's not that I think Miami is a extremely more talented team than the Panthers. I just have zero faith in it. I'm not gonna let the Panthers disappoint me, bro. Like I'm just not. I'm to the point where, like I've said it even after the game, the Falcons game, that was great. But until you show some consistency, I'm cool. You're not gonna get me slipping. So I'm going Miami. Even without Hill,
Yeah,
they're gonna
that
be
was
all
a
right. They still
nasty
got
injury.
Waddle. Yeah, well, they still got Waddle. And I don't know if we got anybody that can really cover him like that. Like I like JC and them, but the speed that Waddle has that's gonna
It's
be a
different.
tough matchup. So I'm and their defense is solid too. So I'm rolling with
The defense,
Miami.
all right.
And
This is what I'm gonna say, bro. This gonna be the
don't
last
disappoint
time
yourself.
that I
Don't
pick
do
the
it.
Panthers, bro. If they lose, I can't do it again. But
Now, it is a home game.
Miami, it's a home game, and Miami is beatable, bro. They are
They are.
beatable. They
So
are
were
beatable,
the
bro.
Patriots though.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. But if I have to eat crow, next week I eat crow. But I'm a pick them, bro. I'm gonna stick beside them for this one. But after this, if we look like T Rash, bro, yeah, you already know what's up. Cool. With that, game's getting ready to start, man. So we're going to go ahead and close out. We had about 45 people in here. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 400. I think we're about 6 away from 400, and then we get into that 500 mark, man. So make sure that y'all tell a friend to pull up. Because I'm in the new spot and I don't have to worry about noise and everything, I'm gonna try to start busting out more pause. I'm gonna start posting more content throughout. So whether it be short videos, just going live every now and then, whether it be live on Twitch, live on YouTube, whatever. So just make sure y'all come rock with us, man. The whole gang is back next week. Shad, are you good next week?
Yeah, let me
Potentially.
check.
You ain't gotta do it right now. It's all good.
before I
But the
forget
gang should
anything
be
here.
back. Vashti will be back next week. Shad should hopefully be back.
I should
And
be.
fellas
I
gonna be
should be
fun.
good. I should be good next week. For
Cool.
right now.
Cool. So one thing I will say, starting lineup next week is going to be top 5 homecoming rules. Homecoming's around the corner for a lot of
Yeah,
people.
because G-Ho is next week for us.
G-Ho's next week. We have homecoming the following week after y'all. So your top 5 do's and don'ts for homecoming.
Yeah.
Your top
I got a
5
lot
do's
of
and don'ts. I got some
I
too,
got a
bro.
lot of them.
So it's gonna be fun. So make sure y'all pull up with y'all do's and don'ts. It's gonna be lit. But we out of here, y'all. We appreciate y'all as always. Till next time. Peace.
Peace out.